Most people don't fail to build wealth because of big mistakes. They fail because of small ones. It's the invisible expenses that quietly sabotage your financial progress. A coffee a day, an unnecessary food delivery, that streaming subscription you don't even use anymore. It all seems like nothing until you do the math. Money doesn't disappear, it leaks. And the worst part is that many people don't even notice. They feel like they work all month and see no results. Constantly putting out fires, postponing dreams, telling themselves, when I earn more, there will be money left over. But there won't, because the problem isn't how much you earn, it's how you spend. That's what many only realized when they did a simple exercise, writing down every single expense for 30 days, no exceptions. The result? They discovered they were throwing away thousands of euros a year on things they didn't even remember buying. That's the secret: awareness, discipline, and the courage to say no to what doesn't take you where you want to go. Creating a budget is not a punishment, it's freedom. It's telling your money exactly what to do instead of wondering where it went. Accepting the first offer you get is one of the most expensive mistakes anyone can make. Not negotiating your salary could mean losing thousands of euros every year, and the worst part, without even knowing it. Most people don't negotiate out of fear of seeming ungrateful, greedy, or inconvenient. But do you know what's truly inconvenient? Working hard, delivering results, and being undervalued just because you didn't have the courage to speak up. Negotiating isn't about being stubborn. It's about using facts to show why you're worth more. It's about presenting achievements, goals reached, responsibilities taken on, and impact delivered. It's speaking with confidence, but with respect. A good professional prepares. They research salary averages in their field, talk to others in the industry, and understand what the market pays someone who delivers what they deliver. And when the time is right, whether at a job offer or an annual review, they walk in with confidence and clear arguments. That's exactly how one ordinary worker managed to earn 7,000 euros more per year. Not because he was the most experienced, but because he knew how to show his value at the right moment. If you don't negotiate, you accept. And if you accept everything, you rarely grow. Many people work hard, save, invest, but still see their money slipping through their fingers without knowing why. And the answer often lies in something few like to talk about: taxes. Taxes are not just a detail. They're one of the biggest expenses of your life, bigger than food, transport, or entertainment. And the worst part is that many people pay more than they should, simply out of ignorance. You don't need to be an accountant to understand this, but you do need to think like one, analyze, plan, and act wisely. Because the money you save on taxes stays in your pocket, and it can be reinvested, multiplied, or used to reach your financial freedom faster. Want a real example? A couple of entrepreneurs decided to review their tax structure with the help of an accountant. The result? They saved more than 20,000 euros per year simply by making legal adjustments, using deductions, and choosing a more favorable regime. Nothing illegal, nothing complicated, just applied knowledge. The problem is that many people think taxes are a fixed, unchangeable cost, as if there's only one price for everyone. But it's not. There are different ways to declare, deduct, compensate, and plan. And every decision directly impacts how much you pay. You could be leaving money on the table every year, money that could be earning interest, being invested, or even improving your quality of life. So start with the basics. Know your rights. If you're self-employed or an entrepreneur, carefully evaluate your tax regime. Keep receipts, organize your documents, watch for deductions and tax benefits. And if you can, work with a good professional. Because in this case, what you pay a good accountant may come back multiplied. In the wealth game, it's not just about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Leaving your money sitting in the bank is like locking a seed in a safe and hoping it will bloom. It won't happen. Time passes, inflation eats away at its value, and what once felt safe becomes stagnation. Saving is important, but investing is essential. And no, investing isn't just for the rich or for financial experts. Investing is a habit, it's discipline, it's future vision. And the earlier you start, the more time works in your favor thanks to the power of compound interest. Imagine someone investing €500 per month for 20 years. They don't need to pick the perfect stock or become a Wall Street genius. They just need to be consistent. Over time, that money grows, multiplies, and begins working on its own. That's exactly what Sophie did. She started at age 25, investing small amounts. By 45, she had built solid wealth with consistency and patience. Because the truth is simple, those who plant every month harvest every year. You can start with investment funds, stocks from solid companies, ETFs, real estate, fixed income, or even digital assets. What matters isn't where you start. It's that you start and that you keep going. Don't stop when the market dips. Don't panic in downturns. Don't get euphoric in upswings. Invest like someone planting a tree. You don't see the fruit the next day, but it will come if you're consistent. Saving is protection, investing is growth, and those who understand that don't get rich overnight, they get rich forever. True financial freedom begins when money keeps coming in, even when you stop working. Passive income is what separates those who keep chasing money from those who make money chase them. And the best part? You don't need to be a millionaire to begin. You just need to change how you see your time and your opportunities. While most people trade hours for salary, those who build passive income plant systems that run on their own, a rental property, an online course that keeps selling while you sleep, a YouTube channel, an ebook, an affiliate site, or even stocks that pay dividends every month. At first, these incomes are small, maybe 10, 50, or 100 euros a month. But that's exactly how it starts. The secret is reinvesting your earnings and continuing to build. Over time, those income streams grow, multiply, and become enough to cover your bills. Then your desires, then your freedom. That's exactly what Robert did. He bought a small apartment and rented it out. Then he created a website about a hobby he knew well. Later, he wrote simple e-books on the subject. In just a few years, he no longer needed a job. His income came from assets that didn't require his presence. And the most interesting part? None of it was done in a rush. It was done with consistency. Passive income is like a staircase. Every step requires effort. But once you reach the top, the effort stops and the money keeps climbing. So now the question is, will you keep trading hours for euros? Or will you build something that pays your bills while you live your life? Before you grow rich in your pocket, you need to grow rich in your mind, because that's where it all begins and where most people get stuck. The difference between those who prosper and those who remain stuck in debt is rarely luck, background, or salary. It's in the way they think. People with a poor mindset are always saying, "That's not for me. I don't have enough money. I wasn't born for this." The rich only stay rich because they were born that way. Meanwhile, those with a wealthy mindset think differently. How can I make this happen? What do I need to learn to take the next step? Who has already achieved what I want and can inspire me? Lucas, for example, spent his whole life hearing that he'd never become anyone, that his fate was to work hard, pay bills, and accept reality. But he started studying, he read books about finance, changed his circle of friends, broke out of his bubble, and little by little something inside him began to change. He realized he didn't need anyone's permission to win. He just needed vision and action. Today, he runs a successful business and lives a reality that once seemed impossible. You will never build an abundant life with limiting thoughts. And pay attention, a rich mindset doesn't mean living for money. It means having discipline, long-term vision, a willingness to learn, and the courage to fail, adjust, and try again. It's believing in yourself, even when no one else does. If you want different results, you have to think differently, because those who think like the poor, even if they win the lottery, go back to zero. And those who think like the rich, even starting from nothing, build everything from scratch. Building wealth is a long road. It's not glamorous, it's not fast, and often it comes without applause. It's a marathon. And like every marathon, it requires stamina, persistence, and most importantly, motivation, even when everything seems to be going wrong. At the beginning, excitement runs high. You create spreadsheets, cut expenses, start investing, dream big. But time passes, results take a while, difficulties arise, and the temptation to give up knocks on the door. That's when most people stop. Not because they failed, but because they got tired. They lost motivation, let negative voices get into their head, compared themselves unfairly, or fell for the lie that it's just not worth it. Sophia went through that exact phase. She tried to start 3 businesses. 2 failed. She was criticized, doubted, humiliated, but she never stopped believing in what she could build. She kept learning, adjusting, trying. Today, she leads a financial empire and looks back with pride for not giving up when everything felt lost. Motivation is your silent fuel, and you need to feed it every single day. How? By setting clear goals, celebrating every small win, avoiding people who only complain, watching content that lifts you up, reading books that push you forward, rewarding yourself for progress, no matter how small. It doesn't matter if today is hard. What matters is that you keep going, because those who keep going even when tired eventually arrive. And when they do, everything makes sense. You don't need a high salary to build wealth. You need vision, discipline, and action. Most people believe they'll only prosper once they start earning more. But the truth is, transformation begins before that. When you change how you use what you already have. When you stop wasting, start investing, learn to negotiate, build passive income, and most importantly, change your mindset. That's exactly what Jessica did. She earned €2,000 a month as a waitress. No degree, no inheritance, no important connections. But she had a plan. She tracked every expense, learned to invest with what she had, picked up extra income on the side, and over time, built her own assets. Years later, she became a successful investor, and now lives with freedom, security, and pride in the story she built with her own hands. What changed her life wasn't her salary, it was her attitude. And now it's your turn. You can keep dreaming, making excuses, and waiting for the perfect moment. Or you can decide today that your current salary will be the starting point of your freedom. The choice is yours, but remember, no one's going to do it for you. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who also needs a life change. Like, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because here you learn how to do more with what you already have and build the wealth you deserve to live. Knowing what to do won't change your life. Doing what you know will. You can watch dozens of videos like this, read books, follow financial influencers, but if you don't apply what you learn, everything stays the same. The difference between someone who just consumes content and someone who actually changes their life comes down to one word: execution. It's not about waiting for the perfect spreadsheet, the ideal app, or that free time that never comes. What changes your reality is the consistency of small decisions. It's saying no to an impulse purchase. It's investing even if it's a small amount. It's studying 20 minutes a day instead of scrolling for hours. It's having a results-based conversation with your boss about a raise. It's finding an extra income source instead of complaining about the bills. You don't have to start from zero. In fact, you already have something valuable, you just haven't noticed it yet. It might be a talent, a technical skill, a specific knowledge, or even life experience. People are making money from math lessons, family recipes, gardening tips, simple renovations, crochet, home organizing, spreadsheets. What you know can become a product, a service, consulting, a channel, a course, or even an ebook. The internet leveled the playing field. Today, anyone can turn knowledge into income if they're willing to learn how to monetize it. It's not magic, it's structure, it's strategy. If you think you have nothing to offer, think again. Ask yourself, what do people always ask me for help with? What do I do naturally well? What have I learned through experience that I could teach? Your future might be hidden in what seems ordinary today, and the world is ready to pay for it. If there's one subject everyone should have learned in school, it's this: personal finance. But since we didn't, many of us spend our lives guessing how to manage money, making expensive, repeated mistakes. The cost of financial ignorance is high, and the bill always comes. The good news, today knowledge is at your fingertips, free and in the palm of your hand. You don't need to be an expert, but you do need to know the basics: how a budget works, how interest works, how to protect your assets, how to make money grow, how to avoid traps. Those who don't understand money become slaves to it. Those who do control their own destiny. Don't outsource this part of your life, because no one will take care of your future better than you. Many people spend what they don't have to impress people who don't care. They buy cars they don't need, the latest phones, branded clothes, expensive dinners, all to maintain an image. But the reality is often debt, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Financial freedom starts with one simple step: live according to your values, not others' expectations. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. True wealth isn't visible. It lives in peace of mind, in bills paid at the end of the month, in the freedom to choose how you spend your time. Trade looking rich for being free. It's a trade that changes everything. Waking up early, working all day, paying bills, and repeating. That's the cycle most people live in for years, sometimes for an entire lifetime, without realizing they're stuck in a system designed to keep everyone in the same place. It's the infamous rat race, as Robert Kiyosaki calls it. You run, push yourself, give your best, but never move forward. Why? Because you're running inside a wheel, working just to survive. The way out of this cycle isn't working more, it's thinking differently. It's about creating assets, reducing liabilities, changing habits, and breaking mental patterns. Whoever keeps doing the same things will keep getting the same results. Change begins when you decide to stop repeating the cycle and start building a new path. There's nothing more paralyzing than being in debt. And we're not talking about strategic debt, like financing a business or investing in something that generates returns. We're talking about the kind of debt that slowly robs you of peace and control. Credit cards, personal loans, borrowing money to buy things you didn't even need. It all seems small at first, but interest grows, bills pile up, and suddenly you realize you're working just to pay for the past. The trap of easy credit is this: you buy immediate pleasure and sell your future peace. Before you make a purchase on credit, ask yourself, is this an asset or a liability? Will it make me wealthier or just more in debt? Financial freedom doesn't come from big wins. It comes from good decisions, one at a time. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if those people only talk about debt, crisis, pessimism, and complaints, guess what you'll start believing? Your environment is everything. If you want to grow, spend time with people who are growing. If you want to invest, hang around people who invest. If you want to become an entrepreneur, talk to those who've already done it. It will change the way you think, speak, and act. And no, you don't need to abandon anyone, but you do need to consciously choose who influences your journey. Wealth starts in the mind, but it's nurtured by the conversations you have every day. Many people believe only those born with a special gift, a brilliant mind, or a genius idea can become wealthy. But the truth is much simpler and harder. Those who truly become wealthy are not the most talented, they're the most disciplined, because talent without consistency builds nothing. But discipline, even with limited resources, transforms everything. Being disciplined means waking up early even when you don't feel like it. It means studying while others are distracted, saying no to instant pleasure and yes to a bigger goal. Investing even when it seems like a small amount, cutting expenses no one sees, staying focused even when results haven't shown up yet. Disciplined people don't live in a constant state of motivation. They live in the realm of decision. They don't wait to feel like doing it, they do it anyway, and later they reap the rewards. From the outside, people often call it luck, but luck is just the name that the unfocused give to the effort of the committed. Want to build wealth? Start with one simple decision. Do what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. We live in an age of instant gratification. People want everything now, quick results, easy money, success in 30 days. But in the real world, great achievements are never instant. They're built with patience, consistency, and long-term vision. Building wealth is like cooking a great dish in the oven. It takes time, attention, care, the right temperature, and above all, patience. Try to rush the process, and you ruin the outcome. Compound interest, for example, needs time to work its magic. An investment that earns a little each month can turn into a fortune over 10 or 20 years. But many people quit by the third month because they never learned how to wait. Businesses follow the same principle. A YouTube channel, an online store, a digital product, a social media profile, all of it takes time to grow. And while it's growing, you have to plant without seeing results. Water it without applause. Work in silence, because what grows in silence will endure in public. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. And stop quitting at the beginning of something that could change your life in the end. Those who learn to wait wisely always reap in abundance. Before investing in stocks, real estate, or businesses, invest in yourself. Because if you're not prepared, money slips away. Opportunities pass you by. Fear holds you back. Mistakes crush you. But when you grow strong on the inside, the world changes on the outside. Investing in yourself means learning new skills, developing your mind, taking care of your health, and truly knowing yourself. It means reading, studying, connecting with people who are better than you. It means therapy, courses, mentorships, training. It means becoming so valuable that the market starts chasing you. A new car can lose value, a house can depreciate, an investment can fluctuate. But what you put inside your mind, no one can take from you. If you want to grow financially, start by growing personally. Money will follow the person you become. You've just seen that it's not your salary that defines your wealth. It's what you do with it. It's how you think, how you act, and how you decide to live from now on. It doesn't matter if you earn a low income, started late, or are still full of doubts. What matters is that now you know the path. Transformation begins with small daily choices. And the biggest of all is to not go back to your routine as if nothing has changed. So if this message inspired you, share it with someone you want to see prospering by your side. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell, because here you'll learn how to build your freedom step by step with clarity, strategy, and action. I'll see you in the next video. Now go and start building the future you deserve.